We begin tonight with a secret settlement in one of Kern's most controversial officer-involved shootings. Our Kristen Price has uncovered new details in the case of an unarmed police informant killed by the very officers he was assisting. She's live outside the Kern County Courthouse now with details tonight. Kristen?
Jim, City Council is expected Wednesday to discuss the 2013 death of Jorge Ramirez Jr. There's been a confidential settlement in this case, and since the start, his death has been surrounded in secrecy. Drugs.
Jorge and Ramirez had narcotics.
Police corruption.
The police put my son there.
And inconsistency.
There's much more to come that you don't know about. And when we get to court on that issue, I think that the truth will come out.
But an out-of-court settlement specifically orders the truth does not come out.
The furthest that the public entity can go is to say, we'll agree in a writing that is a public document that the settlement will be confidential except as otherwise prohibited by law.
The law is the Public Records Act, meaning it will be kept secret unless someone asks. So I requested the Ramirez settlement. City Attorney Ginny Gennaro wouldn't confirm any action on the case, but says if and when there is a settlement, disclosure is not required until the City Council approves it.
Please cast your votes.
Former County Council Teresa Goldner explains a possible reason for the secrecy.
There have been cases where the plaintiff's attorney, the one that represents the person that is suing the entity, wants to keep the settlement secret. They don't want people to know how much their client was paid or how much attorney's fees were paid in the case.
Another recent secret settlement, the officer-involved shooting death of James Villegas, handled by the same attorney as the Ramirez case. I also requested that agreement from the city. It has a specific clause blocking public reporting of the settlement.
It's public money, it's taxpayer money, and taxpayers have the right to know how their money is spent.
And the Ramirez case is on the City Council agenda for Wednesday. The session is closed, but we will continue to follow this lawsuit. And in the meantime, we have posted all of the settlements dating back to 2010 on our website, KernGoldenEmpire.com. Live in downtown Bakersfield, I'm Kristen Price, 17 News.
We begin this hour with a secret settlement update involving one of Kern's most controversial officer-involved shootings. Last week, 17's Kristen Price told you about the new details in the case of an unarmed police informant killed by the very officers he was assisting. The wrongful death case against the city has been settled, but the payout to the defendant's family is being kept secret. Kristen is just back from a closed-door meeting of the City Council. Kristen?
Jim, City Council members came out of the closed meeting on the lawsuit within the last hour. Jorge Ramirez Jr. was shot and killed by Bakersfield police in 2013 outside the 4 Point Sheraton Hotel on California Avenue. Since the start, his death has been surrounded in secrecy. Court documents indicate a settlement in the case more than a week ago, but it specifically ordered the city and Ramirez family to not release the settlement to the press. City Attorney Ginny Gennaro would not confirm any action on the case, but says if and when there is a settlement, disclosure is not required until the City Council approves it. Well, the Council discussed the lawsuit this afternoon behind closed doors, and we waited outside, but city officials went directly in tonight's City Council meeting, and we were not able to speak with them about what happened. And we hope to catch up with them tonight after the meeting, and we will continue to ask for answers in this case. Kristen Price, 17 News.
We begin tonight with yet another move by the city of Bakersfield to secretly settle a lawsuit in one of the most controversial officer-involved shootings in Kern County. Last year, 17's Kristen Price uncovered how the city is concealing out-of-court settlements paid for with your taxpayer dollars. Tonight, she joins us with the latest on the wrongful death case of an unarmed police informant killed by the very officers he was assisting. Kristen?
Jim, from the beginning, details of the death of Jorge Ramirez Jr. have been kept under wraps. Even after I discovered a settlement earlier this year, the city wasn't talking. The settlement specifically ordered the city and Ramirez family to not release details to press. In February, City Council members, the city attorney, and police chief held a closed-door meeting on the lawsuit. I waited outside, but city officials said they could not confirm any action on the case. City Attorney Ginny Gennaro said disclosure on a settlement is not required until the City Council approves it. Well, today I discovered court documents indicating the settlement has been approved, but the city has yet to release any details. Gennaro only says a court date has been set to explain why the case has not yet been dismissed. We also contacted the law firm representing the Ramirez family, but have not heard back as of news time. We will continue to push the city for details of the latest secret settlement. As soon as we learn more, we'll let you know. Kristen Price, 17 News.
We continue our coverage tonight of a secret settlement in the deadly officer-involved shooting of an unarmed police informant. We broke the story last night that the City Council approved a $400,000 settlement. Without our digging, details of this case would not have been made public. It's a case surrounded by secrecy from the start. 17's Kristen Price joining us now to explain. Kristen?
Tammy, last year we discovered the city was using a loophole in the law to hide out-of-court settlements of misconduct cases. The settlement in the Jorge Ramirez case is the latest example. I spoke with his family today about their search for justice.
First time I looked in your eyes, I knew that I would do anything for you.
This is how the Ramirez family remembers the 34-year-old father of 5.
He loved his family. He loved us very much.
Jorge Ramirez Jr. was shot and killed by Bakersfield police outside the Four Point Sheraton on California Avenue in 2013.
There's much more to come that you don't know about.
Former police chief Greg Williamson discussed the investigation a month after the deadly officer-involved shooting. But what happened has never been completely explained. Williamson said Ramirez was working as an informant, leading officers to fugitive parolee Justin Harger, a claim the city later denied, saying there's no paperwork to prove it. Adding to the controversy, it later came out disgraced BPD detectives Demasio Diaz and Patrick Mara were involved in making Ramirez an informant. Diaz and Mara are in prison for federal drug and conspiracy convictions. During the case, Diaz admitted to working with informants off the books.
And if that is not enough, I don't know what it is.
Jorge Ramirez Sr. has worked tirelessly to seek justice for his son.
You know, I lost faith in the system completely. I believe that justice has not been served.
He says he wants the officers to be criminally charged.
The money doesn't matter to me. I mean, I would be happy today if we can continue to fight this fight.
The city agreed to pay the Ramirez family $400,000 in an out-of-court settlement. Part of the agreement ordered details of the settlement be kept secret. But that's public money, so we filed a request under the Public Records Act, forcing the city to provide information.
The only option they gave us is to say here and go away. That's basically what they've done.
But the Ramirez family says this isn't the end.
I would give anything to have my son back today, and I know it's not real, but we're never going to give up this fight.
In recent years, the city has not settled a deadly officer-involved shooting case for more than $400,000. Kristen Price, 17 News.